Check. Hi. Hi. All right, we're back. My OBS crashed or something weird happened, and although my camera was coming through, my screen was not. It was just frozen, and that's embarrassing. Luckily, we can just keep working and forget it ever happened. So those who maybe were here before, we were working on this cool image cropping tool, and it's awesome, and it's almost done. I think there's two things at least I want to do to it. So basically, what we can do is, in our theme in SEO, what we just added was the ability to, the fav icon, there's actually three properties, three sizes for it, but I didn't want to make someone have to recrop the same image 3 times to the same aspect ratio. So basically, you only have to crop it once, and it actually generates the different sizes. So yeah, what I want to do is in our upload widget, we are actually going to have because I want to make, this upload widget is really cool, and I think I'm going to make it its own pubdev package at some point. Maybe we'll do that actually after this. That could be fun. So I don't want this to depend on and have any dependencies of my project. Basically, I want to have like a loading thing. So we can have something. Let's have a function that's like on. Let's put these with our other functions. Final function, and this can be null. We don't on loading start and final function on loading end. So, oops. Now in our actual project form, we'll do it in the same spot. On loading. Oh, I didn't actually put it down here. So let's actually put this here. This dot on loading start and this dot on loading end. So what I want to do is kind of hook into those. On loading start. We're going to use, in our case, we have a ref.read. I think I have a global, no, what's it called? Loading indicator, loading provider, .notifier.start. And we want to have on loading end. If I, oops, what is it? Complete, I think. On loading start, on loading end, maybe it should be on loading complete. Kind of like the word complete better, so let's just also change that there. So now, anytime we want to show loading is basically when we have like awaits that don't have user control. So let's actually step through this whole thing here. Let's look for our upload button. That's not it. Icons upload. So handle upload. We go through here. We don't want to put a loader during the picking of an image because that's a user interaction await. But right here, we definitely want to call thing. And actually, we're going to make a helper because I don't want to keep wrapping this in null or in things. So let's have a function, maybe right here, void, and we'll just call it like start loading. And we can basically just kind of go if on loading start does not equal null, then we'll just call on loading start. Like that. Similarly, we'll just call this complete loading. That way we don't have to have this logic a bunch of times. On loading complete. Okay, so basically now in here we can just call right here. So we need to start loading when this goes, and then if it fails, we also want to stop the loading or complete the loading. And similar here, we want to complete the loading. So that handles the, so what is this doing? This is going and actually uploading the file. Oh, really? The start loading should, okay, yeah, we need to do it because this reading as bytes might take a bit of time. But we need to make sure, where's if it equals null. Okay, that's fine. So here, okay, we'd still be loading in this case. And then we await, it crops the image, and now over here we have to run our complete loading. And this can actually just happen here. This is not going to take any time. It's just this await. And same with this, we want to make sure that we complete loading there. Is there any cases where, okay, yeah, if picked image is, we don't even start loading until this, so we don't have to worry about that. Our resize function, I think we already have wrapped. Maybe we don't. Okay, what's this? What even is this function? Oh, this is for the actual cropping. So yeah, we want to actually have it in here too. So where's our awaits? We have an await here, and we have an await there. Yeah, let's just keep this simple and go. Let's start loading. Oh, we would actually start loading here, and then after all of the loops have gone, we're going to complete loading. And similarly, this will start loading, and then we will complete loading. Can anything go wrong with this? I guess in theory it could. So let's actually wrap this in a try, catch, and let's complete loading in there too. And I'll just print the error for our console in case that happens. Oh, but now URL is not part of this, so let's actually take this, put it in here, and our complete loading we can just do as soon as we have this. Okay, let's see if all of our awaits, that await we don't care about. This one we started loading. We completed loading in the fail and in there. Complete load. Okay, so this, did we already start loading? I think we did, because this is part of this. Yeah, we already started, and we complete after that. We have this await here, which that would have already been started because it's outside of here, and then it completes. I think we're good. Okay, so now in our onloading end, right, we change this to onloading complete in our API. We have a thing in the comments. It's night where Sampin is right now. Hi, Sampin, how are you? Yeah, I mean, we live in a global world. I know people are in different time zones, and I also have a job, and I kind of just try and do this when I can. Also, you won't be able to see this project from start to complete. It is a very big project that I'm not exclusively streaming. If you are interested in something that I'm exclusively streaming, more or less, I do have a series on my YouTube that's very long that I've done completely on camera on demand. So, and I am streaming that when I do it on Twitch as well. So find me on Twitch. I think I have a link in my YouTube for it, but it's twitch.com/TylerSavory or something like that, and you can find me there. And those ones, I mean, yeah, timing still varies because I live in EST time, and you know, this isn't my job. This is just something I do for fun. So, hope that helps. Hey man, Francesco, how you doing? Okay, so we have our loading now. Let's test if it works. Okay, we've only implemented this in one spot. It is on our fab icon. So let's try cropping a different image, or, you know, yeah, sure, we'll use this one. Okay, so that's a problem. We actually don't want to show it there because, yeah, await cropped image. Okay, so we start there. Let's, this should actually probably be here. So this is when the crop ratio is null, meaning they're not actually cropping it. So we definitely want to load there, which means we actually don't care about it here or here. And then I think within crop image, we already have our, this gets the cropping, and then we have right here is where we'd want to actually call our start loading. And when you click this button, because that's going to go and crop it and do the byte data stuff, we'll actually get rid of this one. And we can do complete loading. Yeah, in that case, we can also get rid of this one. and we do complete loading after that. Okay, that should solve it. Yep. Thank you. Yeah, I love Flutter, and this is an interesting project. It's kind of a meta project because it's actually I'm building kind of like a hosting platform for Flutter web. Um, it has a little bit more to it than that because that already exists. There's things like, well, I mean, it kind of exists. Like you have CodeMat, or you have, Vercel. You could technically host a Flutter web application there. In fact, on many things, as long as you have as long as it can allow a Docker file, you can build your web and host it, and everything's good with continuous integration. But the difference here, there's kind of this magical thing about it that's really cool that I'm happy to talk about if interested. It's really the reason I'm building it. The hosting is kind of just a means to an end to make everything work, but there's something really powerful with this platform. Okay, so we have this. Okay, good. We're going to try to crop. And it looks like there was a bit of a gap of time there. So how did that happen? Did I just not save? Okay, this must have been the onPressed. Crop URL. So we await. We show the dialog. Yeah, it seemed like there was a delay there. Could just be that my computer is doing too many things. Let's just try cropping here. I'm gonna click. Yeah, what is that? What is that little bit of a delay? It should be happening right away. That is this button, right? Let's see, this text button. Let me just collapse this guy here. Yeah, it's the crop button. Let's just double check. But yeah, the very first thing it should do is actually the start loading. I wonder if we just need to I wonder if it's getting captured in that same frame or something as this. Let's just double check though. So I click this, and we grab this guy. So yeah, crop, this is the right button. Yeah, that is strange. I feel like I'm going to just try and experiment here. Wait, future.delayed duration, milliseconds. I'm just going to wait 200 milliseconds here. We can make it a const, sure. I mean, this is definitely better than before. Let's grab this guy again and click crop. Okay, that time it's fast. It's weird. It's almost like the start loading gets put it's almost like it gets put behind that other operation for some reason. Asynchronous stuff is kind of complicated. So, okay, so I think if I even just make this 1 millisecond, I think it'll actually work, which is kind of weird. So let's just make sure I'm right. How's everyone doing today, by the way? Tyler Code's Workshop. Okay. It seemed like there was a gap again. I'm just going to do it that way. Whatever. People have to wait. People have to wait. Okay, cool. So that solves that. And then, yeah, the last thing I wanted to deal with was the idea of multiple aspect ratios on a single image. It's not really a use case I have, but I kind of want to support it. So for when this becomes a package. So what I'm going to do is actually make these ones kind of just one of them a different aspect ratio. So 192 by 100, let's say. And we'll go into here, and we're going to find the code that actually did these things. What's this? Just a print. Okay. Here's the resize. No, that's not. This is becoming a pretty big file. For widths and multiple widths. So what passes in multiple widths again? Okay, so yes, this is where we would want to do it. And URLs equals this. So actually, final, I'm going to make something called a list of string. called all URLs right here. And we actually are going to go all URLs dot add all. Add all is a cool way where you can actually combine these sorts of things. Oh, because it's fine. What? I can't just add all to. Yeah, I guess not. We'll just do it that way. Wait, what? A non-nullable. Oh, is it because this could be null? No. This is string. A non-nullable local variable all URLs must be assigned before it can be used. Oh, of course. Wait, I think I could have just done this. I just need to actually make an empty list. There we go. It can be final because we're not modifying it itself. And the reason we want to do this is actually going to, and we'll check here, if all URLs dot is not empty, then we're going to do this. Now, the thing is here, we need to essentially, between this and this, we need to essentially loop through the different aspect ratios. So multiple sizes. Okay, cool. I'm going to ask our friend ChatGPT. I have a list of width, height combos. I want to group them into the same aspect ratio. I've tried to, so yeah, Robert, I've tried to have a fixed time for streaming in the past, and for working on that sort of like open mic project that I have on my YouTube. And I have a 4-month-old, or almost 5 months old, right now. He's awesome, and he makes it very difficult to really plan in this way. I'm hoping in the future, when things get a little more settled down and stuff, I can, kind of go back to some kind of usual thing, like, these 3 times a week or whatever. I also have a very demanding job that I work around, so it is tricky. In an ideal world, I'd love to be able to, oh no, we have a problem. We have 2 problems. One, this is Python, which we could like reverse engineer. 2, I've run out of my ChatGPT 4 credits for the day. So yeah, I would love to have like a content schedule and be like, come here this time. It's just not really possible in my life right now. So just put that little ding bell thing on. And I stream more on Twitch actually, because that's where I'm doing my streaming for this content series I'm doing. And that's kind of like a way to get a sneak peek of what I'm going to be releasing over the following days after I edit it down for YouTube. So you can check out there. But I hope to be doing this a bit more over the next little bit, because I'm really just trying to launch this project, and I have been doing this one, somewhat through streaming, somewhat not streaming, just depending on what's going on. So yeah, that's the best I can answer your question right now. Okay, in Dart, you know what? Okay, grouping by aspect ratio. Let's go to my question. Make a new one. In Dart, I have a list of whatever. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to just do this. And it's going to be a list of, instead of this width height thing, we're going to use our int grouped aspect ratios. Yep. And we're going to make this a function where we pass in our multiple sizes. So now, fun trick here, we can do command period, and we can actually create a method here. And this will return this sort of thing that we are hoping. And how did this file? There's our group by aspect ratio. We're just going to basically grab this. There'll be some issues with it because we're calling it combos. Multiple sizes. And this should just be a list of int. I'm using records for this little trick here, just because I don't really feel like making a model just to represent, an x and a y. We need to import hash map apparently. Okay, cool. Where's that come from? I just said a. Where do you come from? You're from. Okay, you're built into Flutter, so I'm happy to use that for this package. Okay, multiple sizes. This is not going to be null. We're going to say it has to be. And then for aspect ratio, again, we don't have a model, so we just need to do width divided by height. So we would use combo dot 1 divided by combo what? Oh, oopsie. dot 2. First parameter, second parameter. Okay, cool. Okay, let's see if this is working. So now we should have a group. We should have this thing. Y is multiple sizes. We just have to force it because we already know. It's not null. Beautiful. So this is a map, and then we have to loop through them. So let's go for, and we'll just call this entry. Entry in this. Dot entries. This is just a good way to loop through a thing because we actually get to sort of things. So final. What is the key even in this? This should be at the bottom. The ratio. Okay, just like a number. That makes sense actually. For ratio. So final ratio is going to be entry.key, and we should see that this is a double. Yeah. And then final sizes equal entry.value, and this should be our original thing. So then we can actually have final w equals, or let's call it width. Actually, I realized, yeah, we're not. This wasn't even working properly. Haha, good thing we did this. So width will be entry or sizes dot money sign 1. Oh no. What are these? Oh, it's a list. Why is it a list of it? Oh, because there's multiple. Okay. Yes, that makes sense. Okay, cool. Groups back. Okay. So now this is. Yeah. Okay. So now here is where we actually have to go and grab this and put it here because we need to, for every aspect ratio, we essentially have to tell the user here's the cropping tool because they're going to have to crop it slightly differently. So here, and this is all the multiples, so we actually don't need these two values technically, but I guess it's kind of there. Oh, this, yeah, you know what, this probably was working now that I see. Okay, then, so for the multiple widths, we actually want to use, instead of multiple sizes, we're now going to use the sizes value here. And for width and height, oh, yes. We will actually take, I guess it doesn't matter as long as we use the first one. So we can use item, or we can use sizes dot sizes dot first dot this, which is actually the width. I'm starting to think maybe I should have made a model for this, and maybe we'll refactor that. And then this for height is actually going to be sizes dot first dot 1 times whatever our ratio is. Because there's no thing for aspect ratios there. Yeah. And then we want to actually we want to round this. Okay, I think this will work. So go through, we'll do those things, and then we do the multiple change on all URLs. Let's test it out. Let's test this out. Moment of truth. Okay, so we'll go to our theme and SEO, and it was fav icon we changed. We should see the cropper twice with slightly different things going on. So here's our 512 by 512. and it's doing some stuff. And then, oh my gosh, it seems like it's working. Then we have our 192 by 369. Oh yeah, okay, let's save that. And let's actually see if that worked. I'll go to our back end. I think I'm in the right project. And we should see these three different ones. So this should be a square. Oh wait, is that the one we changed? Hang on. I wonder if they're getting... Something got mixed up. Yeah, okay, something got mixed up. Something got mixed up with this. Okay, so let's just see in here. What did we do? Okay, it's these sizes. And they should be coming back in that size, in that order. Is our save favicon image just wrong, maybe? That would be nice. 512, 192, 32. Yeah, it does not seem to be wrong. But let's just make sure I didn't screw up my model. 32, 192, 512. Yeah, okay, so something, it must just be the way they're getting ordered or something, because it like kind of mixed them up. I guess we could look at the network request when this is happening. Or you know what? It's because... Oh yeah, that makes sense, because it'd be going through them, it's grouping them, and then it's not actually keeping them in the same order. Ah, yes, that makes sense. Because it's just going through, it's doing these together. So we almost need to still keep these in the order that they came. So multiple sizes, int. Okay, yeah. So we kind of need to make something that's going to like remember the order so we can sort them back. Final, let's just call it like output map. This will be a map that will use a string as the key, and a list of string as the value, which I'm missing probably one of these. Oh, this should be a comma. Okay, so what I kind of have to do is now loop through the sizes in that order and make keys. So for final, this is going to be probably really messy. For size in multiple sizes, and we know this is not null, which this is annoying me. I think there's an update in Dart actually that solves that problem for us. So this will be the intent. So we'll just make something called key equals, and we'll use our string interpretation where we use our size dot 1 by just something to like make this work. So that's our key. And now we go output map key equals, I guess we just make it a list at this point. So we have it like kind of in memory. Okay. Now, instead of basically, I guess instead of using all URLs, we're going to be using this now. So I'm going to just get rid of this, and we'll go output map, and we have to basically do the same kind of thing. So in this, we have the ratio, but actually we'll use the sizes. Okay, yeah. So we would do for final size. Whoa, what happened there? For final size in sizes. Perfect. I think this is going to work. Output map. We want to take our same kind of logic, this right here, equals equals what? Oh, then we go dot add all. We know, I think we know this isn't null at this point, so we're going to add all the URLs there. Okay, then we can just go if, where do we make this? if output map dot entry, or I guess you can do is not empty on an output map. Cool, on a map. And then I'm actually going to return this instead, which is not going to conform to our thing, but we're going to make it because this should actually be, I think, a wait a minute. Let me review something here. I see your question. I will get to it in one sec. I just want to rethink how this is going to work. Because this is, okay, this shouldn't actually be a list of strings. This should just be the string. So we're just going to append the URL on. And that means we don't really need to set this up ahead of time, if I'm thinking about this correctly. Because now output map is just going to be equal. Right, these come back for sizes and sizes. These should be in order at this point. Oh, this is annoying. They come back in that order, so maybe okay, I think it would just be something like this, equals URLs at a particular index. This is kind of messy. There'll be a better way to do this. And we'll just do this also in a messy way. Int I equals 0. And then we just have to go index plus plus. Okay, so that will then send that back. Now our on multiple size change will no longer be a list of string. It'll be a map of string. And now we should have a major problem somewhere. Oh, we don't. How do we not have a major problem? That's so weird. Oh yeah, we do have a problem. It's like, oh, not related, but it's apparently not a crashable problem. Okay, so let's just let's actually print out image URLs here, which this is actually going to be a, yeah, okay. This might be workable. Edit project, advanced theme SEO. We're doing this on the fav icon, so let's go to this guy again. And we should see one like that, and then we should see one like this. And what do we actually get back here in our debug console? We have, okay, this looks good. This is good. Now let's just make sure these actually align. So this should be 512 by 512 when I open it. That looks about right. This one should be a small little guy. Yep, and then this should be the weird temp one. Sick. Okay, cool. So now, image URLs. So here we actually would just use these keys. 512 by 512. Which this makes total sense. That actually would be pretty easy for people to use. So for now, I'm going to make this 192 by 100, but we'll change it back when we get this working. And this will be 32 by 32. And really, we should just do this anyway, because yeah, there's no longer a length on it. And this could be null, which is fine. It would just clear it if something went wrong. But let's just make sure that works. And then I will get back to your question if you're still hanging. Edit project, environment, or I keep clicking on that. Okay. Okay, friends. Let's grab my lovely face. And we'll do like a little bit like that. Looks like it's working. Looks like everything's good. And if we go to the back end now, we should actually see that these correspond. This should be the small guy now. Oh, it's not. Did I not refresh? Oh, I never actually saved. Save changes. Don't forget to save your changes. Always save your changes. So this should be the tiny guy. This should be the weird one that we're not actually going to use, but we now support multiple aspect ratios. Yay! Okay, we're good. And then, yeah, we'll just change this back to 192. And change this, of course, to 192. And then I think we're good. Cool. Awesome. Sapman Shetty. How are you? Let's see, you had some questions. Is Flutter trending? Yeah, I mean, I think it's becoming very popular. It's slowly taking over React Native. You know, a lot of React Native devs have come to Flutter. Not everyone will. People love JavaScript for some reason, and love React for some reason, so they're going to stay in that ecosystem probably forever. You know, I'm definitely seeing, especially people on the Android side, coming, you know, instead of writing like normal way, like Jetpack Compose or Kotlin or whatever, they're coming to Flutter. And Flutter's just great because, yeah, you can build one application, one code base more or less, and deploy to iOS, Android, web, Mac OS, Windows, and Linux, like native applications. So yeah, it's really great. I've been working with it, not exclusively. I still, you know, I use other web technologies and stuff like that, and obviously I do, you know, full stack backend stuff too. So I'm not only in Flutter, but it is generally my go-to now. And to me, if you're especially trying to build a startup, you know, more than anything, I think it's the best thing to use because you'll just get to market quicker with a more stable product than anything else. And so yeah, there's a future there. Now, I think, like, you know, on the Reddits and stuff, you see like people saying I can't get a job, and honestly, it's because like there was never a world where you could be like special in tech. Like, it's very rare unless you're picking the most like enterprise sort of thing. People aren't hired as a Flutter developer, right? They're hired as some kind of like software developer. You can specialize as much as being like, maybe you're like a front end developer or a web developer or a back end developer or an app developer, but you're never like, it's very, very rare to be like get hired at somewhere that is like, all we want is you to be a Flutter developer and that's all. Like, you're coming with, you know, you need to come with more skill sets. So you know, I think the move, if what you're trying to do is not a startup and actually get like a paid job, it's like you need to learn web stuff, you need to learn some Flutter, you need to learn probably some React Native. Like, cast a bigger net is basically my advice on that to people that, you know, think you can just learn one thing and get a job. It is, I think, a unique thing to Flutter. I feel like a lot of other web technologies, people kind of came from, you know, knowing other stuff, and now it's like, oh, there's new things out and I'm learning that. I think Flutter just has made such a big impact in, you know, I think it's converted a lot of people as to be like learning to program for the first time, which that's tricky on its own, to be honest. Like, there's nothing simple about this. Like, so you know, it is kind of like a daunting task, but I think like it's great that it's, you know, converting people from, you know, just like designers to, or like idea people to actually like picking up code and learning. So that's my 2 cents on that. Feel free to ask deeper. All right, I do think we're good. I'm just going to test this one more time with the original sizes that we meant to use. Theme and SEO. And let's grab my little face. And this time we should only see the cropper once because they're the same aspect ratio, and it's actually cropping the 3 different sizes, and everything's good. Save changes. We are done. All right, cool. Let's commit some code because we made some good impacts there. Git status. So we kind of started, I did some env var finalized, and then we have our image cropper working perfectly. Perfectly. There was a comment earlier in I had to restart my stream because my OBS kind of crashed or whatever. There was someone asking if, I'm not sure if you're still here, person who asked this, or I don't even remember who it was, asking if this source code is available. It is not. This is actually not an open source application. I might do it at some point, or maybe make the front end open source, or whatever. Maybe do the whole thing. I don't know. But this is like I'm trying to build this little like side business thing using this. That being said, I'm not super secretive about my code. Like I'm obviously streaming it online, so you can you can kind of see and put it together. But there's just yeah, I mean, there's just it's a very unique thing. I don't think it's something that needs to necessarily be open source. Now, some of the pieces of this I plan to make open source, like this upload widget we've been working on today. Like I actually want to make this its own pub dev package because it's a pretty cool implementation. You basically just put in, give it a title, give it a subtitle, a target width and height, and then an on change, an on remove, and what its current thing is, and it just does everything for you. And it's not specific to like Riverpod or Block or anything at all. I'm pretty sure it's not. Let me actually just see. What are we doing with ref in here? Ref. What is ref needed for? Ref might not be needed, and maybe we'll make that refactor. Ooh, right. So we do actually have one dependency to this project because the way you actually upload the file gets injected in here. I wonder if that's fixable. Let me just think about this for a second. And this will actually require us having to make some changes, but it might be for the best. Handle upload. Yeah, I guess that's the problem. Like this very much does actually depend on having like a pre-signed URL. Like how does it actually work? Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about it now, but I think I could take a piece of this, and maybe it's just not the upload it basically just, oh yeah, it would have to change. Because you would need this little package could actually be its own little project actually that people could use for actually hosting the image too. So we'll come back to that in the future. All right. What do I want to do next? Do we have the HTML being injected? Templates. Distribution templates. No, we don't. Let's test that out. So to do this, I have a make file, I think, for this. Because I need to actually run this in a special way. I mean, I guess I don't have to, but might as well in case I want to show it. Yeah, launch Chrome. Although, because I have Chrome running, oh no, it looks like it's going to work. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm running my server, so we can go to example.dashhost internal. Okay, here's our lovely example app, and let's view the source of it. So yeah, next thing we're going to get working is, and we'll just put this over here. I have like multiple Chrome instances. They're actually completely different ones. This is the Flutter one. This is my whatever. Okay, so what I want to do is, the idea is we want our users, our people that are going to be hosting with us, to be able to inject stuff into the head and into the body. So let's just do like, I can just do like a meta tag, for instance. Meta, what is it? Property equals test. And I think you can just do content equals foobar. Let's just try something like that. And then maybe in our body, we can actually have a script tag that does something. Console.log, hello world. Now Django's probably going to do something funny with this because it's kind of like injecting a script tag, but I think there'll be a way around it. So let's save those changes. And the idea is we want these to show up here. So let's make sure that this actually saved to our backend. So now we should have injected HTML head, injected body. Perfect. So now in the template itself, this is our template. What actually serves this though? Distribution views. Serve app. Yep. Okay, so here context. Yep. We need to have injected. Are we using this cert? Yeah, we're not even using that yet. Okay, base href. Yeah, we're using that. Okay, so we'll just call these the same names basically. I'm purposely not just passing the whole model through. I just want to pass the things that we actually need. Not that it matters, it's server side, but here we go. So we'll just use this, and this will be project.this. Oops. And once I get this working, maybe for those watching, I can actually show you what the heck this thing does, because it's pretty cool. Okay, so now we have that, and then we just have to go here, and in our head, I guess we'll just do it right here, and we'll see what happens. And in the body, so we'll save that. And now if we find the correct Chrome window, there we have it. So now the problem is it's escaping all this stuff, right? Which is what Django does by default for security stuff. However, we're going to trust our users because it's ultimately their website that is being hosted. So if they put in malicious stuff, I mean, that's on them and really is only going to affect them. Oh, yeah, there's, I think, yeah, no, okay, so let's just see this here. I should get the error. Cannot parse. Oh, I guess that's not how you do it. I think you just, maybe it's just like safe or something. I think that's the mustache way. Let's find out in Google. This is my new Google. Django template. I want to render unsafe, non-escaped data. Wow. It'll know what I meant. Okay. Oh, yeah, safe. I think that's kind of what I was doing. Oh, it is. Look at this. I'm so good. Okay, so we'll save that. Save that. We'll just rerun. And we have to find that lovely Chrome window again. And now we're not getting the error, so let's view the source. And there we have console log hello world, and there's our meta property test. Okay, another thing off the to-do list. Let's just make sure that that script actually executed. Look, hello world. So that's kind of cool. We can let people do stuff. So that's where they can, the user will be able to put in like Facebook tags and Google Analytics and all that kind of stuff, which is fun. Cool. Yeah, let me know in the chat if you guys are actually curious what I'm building. I'm happy to walk through it, but I don't want to do it if no one cares. Okay, what did I want to do? Am I not running? Wait, what? Oh, yeah, no, wait, does 0 not work? That's funny. It's our a little demo app. So basically what's happening here is this is a Flutter app, just the example app running inside our crazy software. And what it's doing is, although this is just like, a client-side view, what this project does is kind of a bit of server-side rendering for specific URLs. So you'll see in here, it actually is pulling, the description from this exact same thing. It's pulling the title right here, what if. It's also pulling the image so that when you share this link to social media or whatever, it actually pulls this image. And that's really, I mean, it seems simple enough, but that's actually like not a simple feat to do. So that's basically what we're building, and to make it usable for people, we're actually building a full CI/CD hosting solution to allow people to essentially just deploy their Flutter web projects. Favicon. Hey, that's something we can do now too. So let's actually, oh, image. Image is blank. Oh, that's for that. Yeah, okay. So what we should also have is just one that's like favicon. And I guess we'll call these the right sizes. Let's make the favicon work, since we were doing that before. 192 and 512. So really, we'd use our favicon 32 icon. So let's actually just put this in here. And let's just see if that actually does anything. Icon, cool. There we go. So now, if I refresh this, hopefully, yeah, look, there's my little face. I know it's tiny, but it's there. Okay, then we'll use favicon 192 for basically this. And we could have like a fallback that's like at some, like we could have like use our own like dash hosts favicon when people don't have one, and that's kind of something we could do, but I'm not going to worry about it. And maybe we actually go like if and if, and then same with this. Just so it doesn't like 404 the blanks. It's going to do something weird if we don't have this if statement here. It's going to try and load just a blank something. And this should be for 32, of course. And I actually turned off my Django template extension, that format stuff, because it was causing me issues. Oh, is this just it's just HTML. That's fine. All right, cool. So now we have the favicon. What time? 2:07. Okay. We getting there. Get rid of all this stuff. I don't need any of this open. We'll keep that. Okay, what else do we have on our model that I'm not using? We're using all this stuff. We're now using environment variables. Yeah, we did that recently. All the get stuff's being used. SEO stuff. Okay, description. Yeah, this should override. Yeah, that stuff definitely works. That was like the first thing I did. Now we have favicons. Oh yeah, I guess another thing we can have is like a splash screen, which is something I've been thinking about, because doing splash screens in Flutter can be kind of annoying, and it might be kind of nice if our service like automatically does that. So yeah, I'm gonna take like just literally a 2-minute break and see what I can come up with. All right. So end to end, we're going to do something real quick. Might not be real quick, but we're going to try. So we're going to make a new thing called splash foreground. And actually, let me just look at the docs for this. It's called Flutter Splash Screen. Flutter Native Splash. Setting the splash screen. So we want specifically for web. Let's search for the word web in here and see. Okay, we have things like color web, image dark web. Oh, we could have actually like a dark and a light. Background image web. Yeah, let's have that. Okay, so we'll call it splash fg light is going to be a models.url field. And yeah, we'll follow this same pattern here. Just putting in the name of it. Splash fg script. I don't feel like doing that. But we do want to allow blank equals true on this. Splash fg light, splash fg dark, splash bg dark, and splash bg light. What was the other parameter? Color, we're just going to use the theme color or maybe the background color for anyways. So, okay, so we've made those. We're going to go to our admin for project. Project.admin. Oh, it's automatically going to be there. Okay, cool, because I'm just doing it the lazy way. Amazing. And we need to go to our serializer for project and actually add these 4 things. So, one way to do this is we actually just gonna paste them here, and we can go Command D. Oh man, Command D with a space maybe. Yeah. And then we can go and actually delete these. I almost got it. Whatever. We're trying to be lazy here. I don't need an emoji. Okay, so we'll just go whatever. I'll just go wah 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 wah, and then wah 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 wah. Not my proudest moment, but it worked. So that we'll have that in the serializer. So now that's something that we will allow, but this is a database thing, so we need to actually make a migration for this change, and then actually run the migration. Okay, now we'll just close everything here, and we'll go to our project model, and we're essentially going to add a few new things here. So we were doing this with these. Let's just grab anyone, and we'll do it right after theme. So this will be splash fg light. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slash fg dark, and these 2 are bg. Dark, and these will both be bg. Okay, cool. So now we can save that, and we will run our generator to get those latest changes. And while that's going, let's go to our theme. Where do we do this? This is in our project form, edit form. Project form, is that what we call it? Yeah, project form widget. Okay, and let's look at our actual dashboard here and edit the project. So this would go inside theme and SEO, background color, theme color. I feel like these will just go after that. Yeah, theme color, so basically right here. Oh, what? Oh, because my server's not running. I was like, this is not actually right. So we need to actually run our server again, make run. We'll go back here, and once we know it's running, let's just rebuild. We're getting there. Debug console. Oh, right. Now we have some errors because of the new generated stuff. We need to basically put in some splash. Let's just do this in the right order. FG light, FG dark, dark, B, B. And we'll have to do this in one other spot too. Cool. Save all that. Then it will reload. And let's just take a look at our place where we edit. Edit project, theme. So yeah, I think right after theme color and whatever, and maybe we can even break these into sections. Or maybe there's just a new section called splash screen. I mean, yeah, you know what? Let's do that. That'll be more fun. We can actually have a different thingy dingy. So let's just find this right here. I'm going to make a new type. We're just going to call this theme, or we're going to call this one SEO. And then we have a new one. So this will become index 3, 4, 5. And so this one will be called SEO. This one will be called theme. And then we can actually move some stuff around and it will be even more impressive. So we're going to have lots of errors here. So let's go and fix this stuff. We don't have this anymore, next and previous, so we're actually just going to get rid of these and make our life easier there. Then we have this. So this one we'll do theme. Or actually, maybe we do. I feel like SEO is probably more important. So general, SEO, theme, da, da, da. And then same with this. So if it is SEO, we'll do this stuff. Now the theme stuff kind of starts here. Theme color. So we're just going to grab this, but we want to keep these guys because that's our favicon and stuff. Although favicon we might move as well. So let's just now do if state.step form step.theme, then we spread and do this, and we'll actually just paste that stuff in. And let's actually grab our favicon as well, which I guess is that, and that can also be part of theme. Where's our theme stuff? So there's our colors. I feel like the first field, maybe. Okay, let's see how this actually works. Okay, we need to save everything, apparently. Makes sense. So let's take a look. Oh, we also need to... Oh, I think we did that already. Edit project. Yes, we do. So we have general, SEO, theme. There we go. Favicon. We have a background color, a theme color. These are cool little color pickers. I love them. Look at that. Whoa, amazing. And now we're going to add our new things here. So inside theme, here we go. I wonder if maybe we even have like a text right here that's like splash screen. Actually, we won't be able to make this a constant, I don't think, because I'm going to use style theme.of context dot text theme dot heading headline small. Splash screen. Oh, we want that to be aligned left, so let's actually just... I did this in a stupid way, but I think all this stuff we can just align left. Oh my god. Wow, column. That'll solve that. I'm also just going to, just because there is a weird issue with web the way that I have, so I have to fix it at one point, but I keep getting, I mean, web in general is kind of annoying for this kind of stuff. I'm going to build to Mac so that I can just have a better time, a better developer experience. So let's close this, and let's log in. And because I'm not doing anything with like the GitHub login stuff, which that only will work in web the way we have it, this is fine. This should work. It should. Oh, we do have an issue. Okay, failed domain data, proxy on device. Interesting. let's go into our Mac OS and go pod install. Maybe there's a issue. And let's stop the build. And let's try again. Okay, it looks like it worked. Let's see if I can log in. What happened? Maybe I'm just not logged in with the right person. What is my login here? This is owned by... It is. What? Oh, maybe I'm connected to the wrong... I bet you I'm connected to the wrong environment. What's my env? It's using stage by default. So we can fix that. Let us unbuild. And we don't want to work on stage. We want... So let's just click here. And I'm just going to make one down here. And it's going to be called Mac Develop. And we don't want to use Chrome. D Chrome, we don't need this. I think it's just Mac OS. And then we can basically copy this again for future use for stage. And just use the same environment here for stage. These are super helpful, having these launch.jsons, because now I can just go here and go Mac Develop and click play. And it will automatically, so what it's doing is it's passing this environment variable of develop over. And in my env, it's looking for that env variable. And if it is, it'll override to use, the develop flavor instead. And for some reason, I'm seeing this error again, but I don't understand why. It worked after I did a pod install. Let's just try again. It might have also just been a warning and not an error. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. Okay, so let's try and log in. And there we have it. Yay. Okay, so this will just be a better developer experience. I should have done this a long time ago. I probably would be done the project by now. So now we have theme. So splash screen. That's, we're going to make this really pretty. So let's go to our form state, or not the form state, but the form widget. What I'm going to do in this file is just make a stateless widget. Called heading. And we'll be passing in a final string called text, I guess. And let's just make it the first parameter, because that's all this is going to allow, at least for now. And here we will basically return, I'm just going to search for splash screen. We're basically going to return this. But instead of the word splash screen, it'll be the text that came in. And now we will just change this to heading, get rid of style, make it a constant. Get rid of this trailing comma, save the file. Now it's going to look exactly the same, but now we can play with it here. So let's actually just use body large, maybe. Body large dot copy with. I feel like we can do a font weight dot, let's do like 600 or something maybe. Oops, comma. That looks all right. And let's do a font size of maybe 18. Okay, that's a little bit better. I think the font weight is a little too much. Let's do 500. And we could also use a color, theme.of_context.color_scheme. What's our secondary color? Let's just use our primary color. Yeah, that seems cool. Okay, so what we can do is, are there places that this makes sense? Like here, we don't really need it. There's only 3 things. Awesome enabled, name. That's the SEO title, theme. Yeah. Okay, we might break it up later. Also, I just don't think I like the font. Yeah, well, let's do that. Okay, so now you have our splash screen. And now what we want to use, we need our splash screen image stuff. So let us figure out, we did that with, let's just search for like, maybe not the fave icon because that one's more complicated, but let's just search for image upload widget. Definitely have other ones. Yeah, we'll just copy this. So we'll take this, and here we want to have our splash screen foreground. We can even call it like splash screen logo, I think. The logo for your splash screen. Splash screen. PNG. And for this, let's just use like 512 by 512. And now we need to actually allow the ability to change these things. So we're going to just go here. So we have void set splash fg light and string. We'll just make this a nullable string of URL. And then we're basically going to state equals state.copyWith, or state.update project, state.project.copyWith, and here we would pass in our, what is it? Splash fg light with URL. And we'll fall back to just an empty string. If it's null, it'll be an empty string, and then it'll work. So we need that, and that. So this will be dark. I'm just going to do all these first. Dark. And this will be BG. This will be BG. And then we just have to change all these to, this will be dark. For these, we will do BG light. And just change the last one to BG dark. Okay. Now we got all these lovely things. So this is our whatever. Use a PNG. And on remove, we're going to basically do this. Splash screen light. And just do that. The logo for the splash screen, let's just call it PNG image. Logo. Generally your logo. Or generally a logo. Okay, so now let's just first of all make sure that works before we start duplicating code. Here we go. And, its initial value is not correct. So we need that to be splash screen FG light. Yeah. So that is now empty. Let's just see if we can do it. So we'll grab our logo. And I also want to make sure, do PNGs. Does our image copper support PNGs properly? I need something. There, look at this photo of James Blake. Don't ask. I want to make sure that we actually this retains a PNG and doesn't get converted to a JPEG, because that would be a big problem. Where's our... Oh, I didn't actually save, so let's save changes. It looks like it's still a PNG. Did it? Oh shit! It looks like it gets converted to a JPEG. Oh, there's another to do. Oh, maybe we should just fix that right now. Image upload widget. So the resize is probably doing something weird. Resize crop bytes. Okay. Crop bytes gets that image. Oh, it is formatting to PNG. Let's just double check. Let's save this. It is becoming, okay, it's still called a PNG, but it's becoming a JPEG. I can tell because when you save it, it's like .jpeg. Okay, so let's fix that. Maybe it's on the resize. Oh, encode JPEG. So this, yeah, we kind of need to know the okay, what is the content type in this case? Let's just print that. So let's try this again. Edit project, theme. This button is really annoying me. Can we fix that soon? Let's try replacing it with our PNG. Grab this guy, crop. And it's saying it's an image slash JPEG. That's so weird. Image.copy resize. Image.decode bytes. Okay. Oh, but content type is just something we're passing in. Image upload widget. When do we actually pass content type? Where does this come from? Content type, okay. Crop image. Content type. Content type. Where are you coming from? Oh. Okay. Apparently we don't get back a MIME type. Why not? MIME. Oh, put that there. Okay. Let's see what the MIME is on these things. It seems like it's coming back null, and that's the root of our problem. MIME null. Yeah. Okay. I guess. Okay. So let's figure out. We do have probably the extension. Picked image dot name dot split on the dot last. So let's see if we can get the extension here, which I imagine we can. Oh, this is so much better being on Mac. Jeez. Click crop. Yeah. Wait, that time we did get MIME of PNG. What? Oh, because I just kept it as MIME. Yep. Okay, cool. So we basically now need a way to get a MIME type from this. So I guess we can go final ext equals this, and we'll just also go .to lowercase, and we'll have a string called MIME. Let's just have a string called content type, which is going to override that one, and we will go switch. And actually, this can be, just to make it really fun, a late final string, and we'll switch on the extension. So we'll have a case for PNG, and here we will go content type equals image slash PNG, case JPEG, and also case JPEG. Content type equals image slash JPEG. So let's remember to put our breaks here, just for optimization purposes, and so that it actually works. Case GIF. Content type equals image slash GIF. I'm assuming that's what it is. And I guess we should also support WebP. Would that be another one? WebP, image slash WebP. I'm assuming that's what we're doing. And then content type, we're just going to now have it like that. Let's have a default, otherwise this will break. Image slash JPEG. Let's do that, and I can actually now get rid of these technically because it will just fall back to this one. Hopefully I'm not missing any ones, but I think those are the main ones we need to care about. Okay, so now let's just step through this because we have a proper content type, and when this goes through our upload process, okay, I forget what that's needed for, but I'm sure there's a good need. But yeah, okay, then where else do we use our content type? here we go. It gets passed through to our crop image. There's our content type there. Okay. And when do we use this again? On the resize, we pass it through. It's just a bunch of like passing stuff through. And there we got our content type. So, okay. So here, we don't want to necessarily encode JPEG. We need to basically check on the content types. So, what we're going to do is have this. We'll do a similar kind of thing. And this will be a late variable, final late, or late final. I always mix that up, except when I don't. And we can do another switch statement here on content type. So we'll have case image slash JPEG. And we'll just have a break. And basically, we take this same code and set it there. We'll copy this. And let's deal with image slash PNG. And I'm assuming there's an encode PNG. Yay. Image slash GIF. Encode GIF. And image slash WebP. Hopefully there's a WebP. If not, I have a backup plan. There's not. Okay, so what we can do if it's a WebP, we'll just encode as a PNG. Meaning we can actually then just actually put this here and allow both of those cases. And let's just do that in general, actually. Let's just make that the default. So I'm going to get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of that, and do default. So like, if for some reason it's not a JPEG or a GIF, we're just going to always go to PNG and play it safe to get that transparency. I think. Nah, I rethink this. Since we're going to be paying for this. Okay, so we'll do instead that for JPEG. So I'm just going to grab this. Yeah, let's just grab that whole thing, put this here, but instead we'll just make this default. So we'll fall back to JPEG if it's not one of these things. So PNG and WebP, we use that. This shouldn't be here. Okay, cool. So I think that will solve all of our problems. Let's find out. James Blake, let's get ya. Oh yeah, I can tell right there that it's working because I can kind of see he doesn't have that background anymore. Let's save our changes and let's go back to our back end and look at this, which is what we were doing. And it is a PNG now. However, it seems like it's still adding a background, unless that's just Firefox doing something weird. It is saying it's a PNG now. That's a good sign. Oh yeah, look at that. We have transparency. Okay, Firefox is just like, yeah, I'm just going to put this thing behind it. No big deal. Just to keep us awake. Okay, I don't have too much time left because I have to go to a meeting soon, but let's at least get this working. I'm just trying to see, because we're going to be duplicating this code 4 times. I could, of course, just... Yeah, you know what? We're just going to duplicate it. So now we'll have splash screen background. For the splash screen. And for this size, we should probably do something bigger for bigger screens. 1920 by 1080. That's still pretty small. And something else I'm thinking about for our image upload widget, we might want to force a content type. That's a to-do we could probably do. Let's just do 1920 by 1080 for now. It'll be fine. What's going on here? We have looks like I'm missing something. Expected to find this. What am I missing? Oh, yeah, this should be down here. That's what's happening. No, that's not. Maybe it's just an extra one. It looks like it was just an extra one. Okay, so that's our background, and we want to make sure we are using splash BG light. And we want to make sure we are setting splash BG light for both of these cases. Okay. Then, did I miss anything? No, it looks good. Okay, so now we're going to copy both of these because we're going to do the dark mode. Logo dark for dark mode. Just like that, I think, is the cleanest. Dark mode. And okay, cool. Then we just need to change basically the word light to dark in all these cases. So I'm just going to go dark. And I'll get rid of that extra space. And same with this, dark. And yeah, 512, 1080, 1920 by 1080. That seems okay for now. Okay, so now if I edit the project, we can put some stuff in here. So let's make sure that these all correspond. Oh, that size is weird. I did them backwards. Height and width is reversed, so let's just go like this and Command D. So this should be 1920, and this should be 1080. That makes more sense. Okay, so let's upload this. So we should now have, this is for the background, so yeah, it's kind of like a 9, that makes sense. It is pretty much that size. Then this should now be giving me a square, so let's use James Blake again. And for our background, we'll use this for dark mode. These are terrible image choices, but everything is working. And let's save changes. And let's just do a full rebuild. And go to our edit project, theme. Yep, that looks like how we had it. Sick. So that's part of the battle of the splash screen. The other part is we actually have to generate the HTML and JavaScript for this. So what we want to check is we need to pass these things through in our view here. So what do we have? Get rid of that. I feel like I've done this a million times. Then we'll make this one dark. And we'll copy both of these and just change this all to BG. Okay, so now we have it in there. And basically, I need to look at how this works. I'm just going to find another project that I have used this package on. Technically, this package is irrelevant. We're kind of just using it as a reference. And let's just open up the index.html, which I guess is in web. No. Where cd web? Yeah, there it is. Code index.html. So there's stuff for the splash screen. Splash. Okay, cool. So it's something like this. So we're going to just start with this as a base in here. Where is it put? I guess at the top of the body. That kind of makes sense. So it loads first. So we're going to wrap this all in a, we just need to at least make sure that if splash screen, let's get the right thing, splash, if at least splash FG light is set, I think that's all. And if, and we fucked up this. I guess we want to check if splash FG is set or this. Let's just check if any of them are. Or this. So if all of them are blank, nothing will happen. Otherwise, we'll try and do something for our friends. Okay, so if any of those are set, we have that. And okay, the source set is, oh, they have like different sizes. We could handle that. But we're just going to just pass in 1. And here we would just basically pass in our, this is for light mode. And is this for the background? Image source. Oh, I guess that's just for, I guess this is for the, can I see this file? What? How does this even work? Oh, because I'm not even in the right project. Let me just open this up real quick. Okay, so it is the logo. So this is really for the logo, which means let's not worry about the BG, because that's going to be probably handled in a different way. So we'll just have these. And basically, yeah, we want to use this here. And we want to use this with dark here. And by default, if for some reason their browser doesn't support this, I believe that's the point of this image here, is to kind of like be the fallback. We're not going to worry about the different sizes, but that would be a nice thing to allow. Okay, so that'll do that. That's part of the battle. However, there's more to it than that. Splash. Yeah, splash.js. So this, again, oh, it actually found it. So we're not going to make this a separate file. We're just going to basically have a script. Does this ever get called? It doesn't. So we're just going to actually have a script also in here that is just going to go remove splash, and that's the ID. And we can do window.onload equals function. Actually, let's move this all to the bottom. First of all, let's just make sure this works. Test. But also, we're going to remove the splash. There's going to be some kind of timeout thing there. It'll be exciting. It'll be great. Okay, cool. But I think I am missing something here. Like there should be some CSS or something. Oh yeah, there. Splash dot. There it is. Okay, cool. I don't care about all these things. We just want ID splash, image class center. Oh, maybe this is the back. I don't know how that works. I never actually used the picture class before. Splash, I'm just call it splash logo. And basically, we'll just go under here. This we will improve quite a bit, I think. I just want to kind of get it working. So splash logo will basically take all of these things and make it look good. All right. Let's see if this works. Hopefully I still have this other Chrome running. Oh, look at that. So, let me get rid of that alert. Cool. So that's kind of like our little splash screen. Now, is this actually going at the right time? I think it kind of is, which is good. So we'll just keep it like that for now. Now, this lovely splash, beautiful. And it's like, okay, it kind of goes away. We do need a way to kind of hook in to the bootstrap to be like when it's actually loaded and stuff, rather than relying on the user passing something through, because that would be hard. But for now, we could just do like window.time. Sorry, what is it? set timeout, remove splash after maybe like 750 milliseconds. And let's just have a to-do here. Oh, I forgot the word function. That's one way to do it. To-do, improve based on actual load. Because there is a way to hook in and get the loading progress indicator, which actually that might be something cool to do as well on the splash screen. So let's also wrap this code and the CSS in this same condition, because there's no point rendering this if they don't have that stuff. And let's just see if it's still working. It is! Although the 750, I feel like if we are having a splash screen, it's okay to show it probably for a little bit. So let's just see. That didn't seem like 2 seconds. Is it just caching? 1, 2. 1 Mississippi, 2 Miss. Like, that does not seem right. Am I doing this wrong? Is it being removed by... Oh, maybe it's... You know what's happening? It's getting rendered after the Flutter stuff, which actually then we don't even have to worry about this because it's kind of in the background. Like, I'm assuming that's what's happening now. If we actually get rid of the Flutter view, there, the splash screen's there. Okay, I feel like that's fine. We don't have to worry about removing the splash because it's just like gonna be there because we're rendering it actually above wherever Flutter injects it. Okay, cool. That is fine with me. Okay, I'm pressed for time. Thanks for hanging out. We got lots done. I do want to... Oh, I guess we can't really test the dark screen thing because we use the same image for both. Did we? Let's see. Yes, we did. Okay, so let's actually get rid of this. Or, yeah, I guess that didn't matter. But let's actually do a dark mode version. I'll just use... Where's all my other freaking photos? Let's just grab something random. Sure. And we'll save changes. And if we refresh, yeah, we get the new logo. It's using the dark one, which is the one I set. Still got to do the background image. That's fine. I'll probably make this better. This is kind of hacky. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. I'm going to take off.